The loyal hunter, Katharina. Within her dwells the virtue of the brawler.
All magic is derived from motes of magla. What you saw was just one possible crystallization of it. One that drives mortals to madness.
Rejoice, rats! That witless assassin is dead! But I shall gladly send you to join him! Sanctism cannot save this world! If we are to be ruled by a god, then let it be Lord Louis!
They seek a king with strength, do they? Then let us give them a display of our own power, with grace, nobility, and civility.
Alright everybody, welcome back to part 4 of Metaphor Refantazio's playthrough. We are 2 days away from the Sanctus Church making an announcement, so we've got a little bit of time to kill here, and I was thinking that we would go and spend some time with our followers, because we see here Stroll and Hulkenberg both can actually go up to a new rank. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's start with Hulkenberg, I think. Because last time we played, Hulkenberg was the one that the game brought up to go and visit. So let's go and talk to Hulkenberg.
Ah, 'tis you.
Sorry, my throat. I gotta clear my throat. I know there's a little left to do, but wait. Yet, that has me more restless than anything. Ah, that's right. Have you a moment to talk?
The truth
Sure.
is...
Lately, I have felt the great pressure weighing on me, and it's made it difficult to stay level-headed. I hoped I might have your counsel. It must be dealt with swiftly, lest it affect my performance in battle. How would you cope with such burdens if you were me? I feel like Hulkenberg would want to get some exercise.
I see.
Sound enough, and thus occupied with your exertions, your mind is cleared of distraction. Then how about it? Would you like to train in swordplay with me? Okay. Your technique is self-taught, I presume. It seems a fine opportunity to start you on some formal training.
All right.
In that case, we shall need some training swords to the weapon shop with us. We actually have to go buy them, or...?
All right.
A fine balanced weapon, no? 'Tis for training only, but you'd never know it from grip and swing. 'Tis most nostalgic. I once trained with that blade when I just became a royal guardswoman myself. 'Twas not long... I feel like I'm saying 'twas and 'tis a lot. 'Twas not long after joining that I was assigned to the prince's retinue. But I was desperate to improve. I was younger even than you are now, and notably unskilled. Each night I would slip past our commander's watch, join the comrade of mine in the dark, and spar with him until our hands were cut, calloused, and blistered.
Certainly.
I don't know why my throat is struggling so bad right now. Some bouts I won, some I lost, yet despite all the times we crossed blades, we never did see who was the better. Sounds like a worthy opponent, sounds tough.
Well...
Nothing less, it was thanks to him that I improved by leaps and bounds. We swore we'd become royal knights worthy of the title and rise to heights of the order. We'd be champions.
Surely you jest.
Gods above, Hulkenberg, is that truly you? So it is you, you've returned.
Rotanth?
What a coincidence, I was speaking of a comrade and rival, and this is the... Alright, well that's him. And who is this pub?
Nice to meet you.
You associate with this boy? Disgraceful. I'm taken aback. You indulged the company of this Elda brat? You, once a proud member of the knighthood. Excuse me? Why does that strike you so?
Absurd.
I suppose like attracts like. The dirt suits a fallen knight.
You!
Oh, calm yourself, Hulkenberg. The commander of the Royal Knights is well within his bounds to judge your failures.
What?
Commander? You mean yourself?
Yes.
While you wandered as a vagrant, I earned both our share of honors. So I see.
And?
And you? Clearly, you've already given up on pulling yourself any higher. What has occupied you instead? I pursue a mission, one that far outweighs any glory found in the Order.
Whoops.
Ah, of course, you couldn't save the prince. Any dignity you had as a royal knight was well and duly snuffed, wasn't it? I suppose you had little choice but to cling to your search for his shadow. Yo, this guy is a butthole.
Sorry.
I'm sorry you had to see that? No, like...
Listen,
My choice that our promised paths diverged after all, but we cannot afford to lose sight of our priorities. I mean, nothing gives him the right to be, like, prejudiced with you hanging out with an Elder. Let us fight onward in the name of His Royal Highness. That is the path I walk now. Bro, what a scumbag. Alright, rank 2 with Hulkenberg reduces the mad cost of studying the night, and Hulkenberg may defend the protagonist from any attack on his weakness. Whoa, wait, so if I get attacked by a weakness, she might defend me from that? Yo, let's go, huge.
Pardon me.
Begging your pardon, but how do you know that fellow who just left?
Hmm?
Merely an old friend? You don't say. Well, see you around. Okay.
Very well. Yes.
100 drills or 1,000 swings will take an unsparring regimen indeed to purge this distraction. We just went through it. Did I just get gold for that? Back to the hushed honeybee. Alright. Can we still... So what's the exclamation point here mean? Can I still hang out with Stroll, or...
What is it?
You know what, we're just gonna work here. I'll talk to Stroll tomorrow, because we had 2 days before the announcement.
You're a big help.
Next up is... Oh, right!
This notes of fruit as a secret ingredient. I forgot to ask how to prepare it. Hide under the plate, or we're gonna put it on top.
sure.
Right. Kinda weird.
Oh, we messed up another dish? Oh my.
All right.
So putting it on top is not the answer. Maybe it's... I don't think it's put it under the plate, so there's only one other option.
Time marches on.
Okay,
and the age
so if
of
we
the
ever
new
run
king
into that
draws
one
nearer.
again, we know to grate it and simmer it or something like that.
The announcement is soon.
Fortin's grand announcement is coming tomorrow, is it? What's this proclamation of his going to be anyway? Wonder if he's going to thank us for what he did at the Grand Cathedral.
No.
I doubt it. I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Ostensibly, the state army is getting all the credit for taking down that human after all. We shall know soon enough. There's little point to contemplating it any further. Until then, let us simply do what we can as we wait for events to unfold. Alright, so one more day.
Say there.
So we are going to go and spend some time with Stroll. What up,
Yeah.
compadre? Ah, it's you. Staying put like this puts a damn calamity in mind for me. I've an interesting rumor out of the Grand Trad. I might walk the streets to see what
Aye.
comes of it. If you're not too burdened, would you care to join me? Sure.
All right.
Then let's be off. I've heard tell that there are some drifters who occasionally show up on this road here. I can't help but wonder if maybe they're the people I've been looking for. You're looking for people? Grand Trad is so full of novelty. I still can't get used to all the clamor, though. In Halia, the town where I grew up, you could hear a pin drop by comparison. There was still the bustle of friendship and commerce, but
that's...
young Master Leon? It couldn't be.
Huh?
I know that voice, and he's gone. There he goes.
Rangith.
Rangif, is that truly you? You made it out safely?
Wow.
Oh, young Master Leon. My goodness, look how you've grown.
Hold on. Truth is,
He served house, how do you say that word? Haliatus? Halatus? When our house was still stood, I never imagined I'd see him again, much less here. Rangif, this is Alaric. He's a friend. I've recently begun traveling with him.
however,
Forgive me for saying time has not been kind to our frame old friend. Are you eating well, and how are the others?
That's...
After the human attack, the survivors fled to the capital. No one could make a living among the ruins in Halia, much less restore it. Most arrived here with only the clothes on their back, their livelihoods were destroyed, and without shelter from the rain, more than a few have faded away. Okay.
Wow.
Your kindness is more than I could ask for, young master. I've always said that you've got your heart from your parents. The only reason we're alive today is because your parents had us evacuate to the capital. You mean to say my parents instructed you to flee here? All the more reason that I have to help somehow.
yeah.
Let's find a way to help.
Yeah.
Who holds authority over the area you're staying in right now? In Ishkia Marquess Lord Hydron.
I see.
A Marquess, you say? Sounds like I'll need to pay this Lord Hydron a visit. I'll see if I can negotiate the use of vacant homes for all of the Halia's refugees to live in, though I doubt my name alone is worth much in collateral. Young master, please, our woes should not be yours to shoulder. I already bear this weight, old friend. That fateful day 7 years ago, my parents acted to save as many as they could. I was just a boy, lost in the panic, and I wouldn't have escaped were it not for all of you.
Oh, definitely.
In other words, I'm only standing here today because of your swift action. So let me do what I can to give you peace in this new life.
Sure, but...
You honor us, still, I fear your plea may fall on deaf ears with Lord Hydron. Devoted as he would seem to the church, he has brushed me off before as a backwater refuse. All the more reason I should speak with him myself if that's how he sees you.
Straw. Huh?
Moving forward, we'll be in no shortage of trouble. I'd rather you not have to add my personal woes to that. That's what friends
fine.
do.
You. Thanks.
Either way, it's reassuring to have you by my side. On behalf of both me and my house, you have my gratitude. I wonder if we get to see this conversation, or if that'll be the rank 3.
I feel more courageous when I'm with you.
Alright, when Stroll attacks a human-type monster, critical rate increases. Okay. He really does not like humans, does he? You have my thanks as well, Sir Alaric. I have no doubt that the young master is in capable hands.
Huh.
Please, enough with young master thing. We need not stand on ceremony.
Let's head back.
I would have us meet Lord Hydron without delay, but the sun is going down. Let us return for now and meet him another day. No, that's Magla that I'm getting. I have 18,000?
What is
Alright, we're gonna cook something right. If it's the last thing I do in this game, we're cooking something right.
You're a big help.
Next up is... Then...
Okay, less oil is not how we'll do it. We're gonna cook it on low heat, because that's how you cook eggs.
Let's try this.
Whoa.
Allow the eggs to develop a soft and airy texture. Let's serve it to the customer.
Nice job.
Wolf down the whole plate. You're surprisingly good at this. Yes, let's go. We cooked something well.
All right.
Huge. All right. It should be the day of the big announcement.
The disaster was averted.
Yeah, it would seem that the disaster was averted.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Okay. What is this?
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty. So it really is His Majesty? And so, as His Majesty has decreed,
Did we not believe it was him
whoever has
before?
gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me. If, and this is a big
Even
if,
me.
you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs.
At least he knows
Right,
it.
Let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folks supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table.
Yep.
Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally
Oh, he's talking
anyone
about Grius.
could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
But hold on, you mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word.
I think that they're not
Whether you're from
thinking
our fair
about
capital or the
it
middle
has
of
to be the
nowhere,
person that has the
crown's
most
within
trust.
Your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that too was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, Any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone,
Fabian.
have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there.
Maria, no.
She won't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her.
You will? Thank you.
Of course I will. I've been helping you cook your food.
To her.
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Okay, off to find Maria. I have a pretty... I wonder if she went...
You're kidding.
Stop that at once!
I have a thought. I think she may be where either Gria's died, or where... Or like in the catacombs.
Give it a fold, I say. I'm just
I have no idea if I'm going the right way.
All right then.
Where are the catacombs? Oh, I can't go to the catacombs. How interesting. How about here?
Why?
So foolish it arouses great.
What should I do?
Ornament?
Close your aim.
So we can't just ask somebody where she's at. I'm not...
Hello there.
You know that little half-blood girl, you can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone and you're just asking for trouble. She just went inside. Oh, well, I kind of figured she'd be over here. So she's coming up here to pray.
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
No,
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know... Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa?
Wait, does she know who the king and prince are?
Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
Maria, no.
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, He was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
I don't think either one of these options is a good option, I'm gonna be honest. Atlas, what are we doing here?
It's going to be all right. Don't worry.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
Well, in my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
Wait, does that mean that Grius is
Sorry
actually
for
her
leaving
dad? Because I was
No,
thinking
it's
she
all
was
right.
like adopted.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria. Yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
So I'm wondering when do we officially say that we're joining the candidate race?
Sorry, did I wake you?
How in the
Laying
world
here,
did they sleep in all
I
this
always end
clothing?
up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest.
My
That
stroll,
book.
are you hitting on me right now?
Is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Yeah, in reality, it's been like a week.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it?
For real.
We've a kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still,
I feel like
I don't
that's
imagine
actually
this
not
will turn
too
out
far
well
off,
in the
Stroll.
real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
He falls asleep every time someone's reading the book. That's so funny.
Time marches on, and the age of a
Bro's
new
like, yeah, I'll
king
stay up
draws
with you.
nearer.
Here's my book. Now that you're like occupied, I'm gonna go to slumber. That's funny.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne. Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
Okay.
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not.
I mean, yeah, we can't really, we can't attack Luis, you know?
The real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. Ah! What are we supposed to do?
As an elder, I'm an outcast in the city. I think this gives us an advantage here. We entered the tournament for the throne.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do
what
is
is that
get Luis's
supposed to mean,
attention, then
Gallica?
that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit, but it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be as good as
What
dead.
do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
Of course I do.
No hesitation at all.
Right.
I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
Alright, so we're officially entering. Let's go. Finally. We're still not entering for me to become king,
Good
though. We're
heavens.
entering in the prince's
Haven't you put
place and
yourself
to
in
get
enough
close to
danger?
Luis.
Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
Yes. I've got a job to do.
Oh, familiar words. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Let's go,
Well, if
King
we want Luis
Alaric.
to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
Aw.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm trying to get comfortable right now. I
we
cannot
best
get
get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we are unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
Okay.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. They're a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Whew. That was a close one.
And,
For real.
obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. Now, you're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
We'll have to
So
hope
we've
Hulkenberg can find us a
officially
carriage.
gotten in.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on! There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
You not here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme. A villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
You have any idea who
Who is that?
That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin. You can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Okay.
Stuck-up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry. I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
We don't need to win, we just have to get the people's respect, right?
Maybe it's because we don't actually have to win?
Sharp as always, Captain. Don't worry. I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight?
Okay.
Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain from Atira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
We just want to help you.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all, and thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Alright, I guess we have our first job.
Oh, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
The way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides,
I agree.
This is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg.
Yeah,
Somehow.
so like if the
You go on and
tournament
accept
is
the
about
contract.
going out to get the biggest monster head, but we go out and we get this famous criminal who's abducting people and children and selling them off, who used to be a knight, that could that could really put a dent in some people's... Hang on, I just dropped my phone. That could put a dent. All right, where are we going?
Really no.
Is this the exit?
Really no.
This is gotta be the exit, right? Yep.
Wait!
Oh, we have to go accept. Okay.
Oi, oi!
No, thank you.
Alright, editor. Whatever, I was gone for like a few seconds. Can you cut that part out? Resuming in 3, 2, 1. Hardly matters, you won't be able to fight much longer, so struggle as you like. I'll be happy to give the eulogy at your funeral. Wow.
Hey!
If you can handle that, you can be held liable if you get yourself killed up there. But we can't be held liable.
Let's focus.
No deadline. 100,000. Okay, so we get bounties here.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Yeah, she doesn't sound sure at all.
No, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order.
Whoa, what?
It is only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't
Fair
hesitate
enough.
to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
We still have to go to the opening ceremony, right?
Let's rest.
Alright, resting it up. Late night.
Can I come in?
Oh, it's Maria.
Want to read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
Aw, poor Maria.
Oh, it's all right. You don't have to worry.
How Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Is waiting for us to return home and regale her with tales of the strange and distant places we visit. And we get food. Let's go.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Don't worry about it.
'Tis kind of you to say. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
I do.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a
So the
simple
church
book
doesn't
have
want people to
possibly
be
stung
like
them so?
live in fairness
Do you
and
mind if I
equality.
read a passage or two?
Oh, now we're reading the book with Hulkenberg, and I'm sure we're gonna fall asleep.
So it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts.
Yeah.
Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say.
So I wonder if in this game we're also going to like abolish the church as
In the
well.
end,
The
clinging
church
to a
seems like they're
dream will
not
do
great
me no
either.
good. Oh, I suppose. 'Tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Oh, he didn't fall asleep.
And the age of a
Or at
new
least he
king
didn't say
draws
something
nearer.
about us falling asleep. Ooh. Fancy schmancy cinematic here.
Faraway sky, blue and clear.
Okay.
My wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Faraway sky, blue and white. Faraway sky so clear. Let
start of the throne race? They made our characters so short compared to Stroll and Hulkenberg.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames.
This guy's just, he's all for the people.
One and all to the inauguration of the tournament for the throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights.
Alright.
And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown.
Are those the 3 major cities in this world?
Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is
He
but
seems
one of
pretty
God's
old, in my
many
opinion.
trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctists have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
No, they sure won't.
What cowardice, Friar! Where's Count Louise?
You know he's gonna show up in some grand way.
Right, all right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Him? So he was one of Luis's.
He's one of Luis's guys. Interesting.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
There's always one of those guys.
This? I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Yeah, all these pleas right now of telling me to leave, we'll see about that.
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
They looked at Hulk and...
What is he doing?
Is that the noon bell? That's not good.
Contestants, are you ready?
What is that?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
What is that?
It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for the... It'll crash!
Whoa!
Is this our ride?
Is that? Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What ho? Isn't she a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
Let's go! Finally!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on! So fast!
Poor Gallica.
Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
Oh, we are zooming. Alright, so we've got a ship. Wait, our rank at the beginning of the game was in the 8,000s. I ended up standing out more than I expected. I've gained a lot of interest, but I only consider it as part of my mission to the prince.
Just a sec.
This is our carriage? Shall I run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take that as a compliment, little lady. Now, let's have some coordinates for a little test run.
Let's see.
We're gonna go to a place called Mortira, Old Castletown, I think. Should be a ways south. So, do I have to stop at these places?
This place here.
Wow!
Down to Matira, eh? On this craft's legs, I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights about. So there's the 3 nights right there, got it. It's a great deal faster than a carriage, and surely the roads will be safer at the kind of speed.
Spectacular!
Now cinch those britches, chaps, full steam ahead to Materia, the old castle town.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road.
This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you used to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
This is cool.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neuras. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
I mean, that's fair. He loves driving this thing, obviously. Noble District Underhall.
Neuras? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
It's too much to do.
As always. To business, then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But, pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God.
There she is. She's beautiful.
Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders?
The answer is no.
You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Oh no, he embezzled money.
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady, but leave the Balliol runner alone.
Look, this runner... It is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate, for both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where last I heard? So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
He said, "Alright, fair enough, Captain."
Is that enough?
Wait, I
Can
see
this old
1,
duck
2,
really
3,
handle
4
an
more chairs.
undercover operation?
Does that mean
I
we get
know
4
what
more
you're
people?
thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world.
I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I think we can count on him.
If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's.
Yeah.
I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
That's perfect.
I think it's a perfect idea.
Makes sense, doesn't it? The bounty's Heisme, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
I think it's a great idea.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. and we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him.
I like him. I think he's got a lot of energy. He's cool. The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit the Academia by finding more and interacting with it. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look on your way around.
Oh, yeah?
Alright. So there's the... These are the beds? Then what are these? That's the kitchen. The bathroom. Toilet. The pantry. A library, question mark? Yo, this is sick. Look at that thing. Yo, wait, this is so cool. That was like a whole dragon following us out there. Engine room. There's more. Upright cleaning tool. Okay. That's going back up. A washing machine for clothes?
This?
I wonder what makes this thing run. First time on a Gauntlet Runner, eh? Looks like the pipe's down here too. It's called a runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magma crystals as fuel to run, as you can see. Used to be you take your life in your hands when you traveled the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on colossal beasts, made for zero momentum loss even in the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed. I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to captivate audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then, maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that is a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have new tricks you just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark. The old girl needs her rest as much as we do. Okay. You will continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books in the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help you improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. This is cool. Alright, let's give it a little save, because we haven't saved in a minute. About an hour and a half almost. So, let me see. Increasing my max MP?
Understood.
That'll be good for me, because I'm a mage.
No, then.
To avoid staining the clothes. Why am I a master of laundry, you ask? Because my parents practically beat it into me. Any noble who can wash his own clothes Any noble who cannot wash his own clothes isn't worth the fabric he wears, or something to that effect. I had to learn all about different materials. In hindsight, I think they were trying to teach me not to take advantage of my title. Wisdom that still serves me to this day.
Nonetheless.
The more time that passes, the more I understand how great my parents were. Increased by 3. Nice. I found some money in the washing machine. Must have gotten mixed in with the laundry. Some money, that was 5,000.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Alright. Our desert camp. Little bonfire out on the front deck. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced. Is that what that word is? In darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart gauntlet runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While at the encampment, you can use any of the facilities in the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. How do we reminisce?
Hey.
Spend some time with Stroll.
Now then.
Next up is Martira. It feels like yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you, we went over to the northern fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I had once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of times long past. Speaking of which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power that hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think that so many of them has met miserable ends?
What's that about?
Oh, I see.
Try as they might, even the strongest king wouldn't be able to establish a country by himself. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well. If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Though, all this does make me wonder, just how many more of these powers are still out there?
Alright.
Little imagination, nice. Come now, it's too early for bed, let's talk some more. Wonder what that giant octopus is. Did you guys see that on the map? Wonder if we'll have to fight it at some point.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. The trust at the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations, eh?
True.
They were better than I'd feared, considering how tiny they are. But I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert and sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
A carriage would never have been able to get through the desert this fast, but just keep an eye on the road, okay, Nearest? Nah, Nearest has got this. In 2 days. So we've got more stuff that we can do. What is this? So this is wisdom. Well, what is Stroll's?
Hey.
Weapon? Oh, courage.
Now then. a moment?
You'll think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I'd like to live without the sword. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why one day I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory, and not just mine, all the ruined hometowns. That's a nice dream. How about you? I shared my plans, let's hear yours. What do you do when the fight's over? I'm not sure. Like, I feel like my character's entire purpose is to get, like, to get the prince back in, like, to get the prince back to, you know, the land of the living and in his rightful seat as to the throne. But travel, I'm gonna say I'd like to help you. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if it's attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not to leave it to the spineless army and incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Luis.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You resolve to stand in the front line of our fight. So it's only right that you lead. Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know, to act with such conviction. How does one become so bold?
No.
All this to say, I have faith in you. We have more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of justice. They're free to make their choices, but so is the one being chosen. I wonder who it'll end up being after all.
Alright.
Anyway, the sword's shining like new. Let's finish this up. So, we actually aren't really competing to become king. We're just trying to get close to Luis so we can get rid of him.
Alright.
At least right now that's the case. That could change. We got some Maglo.
I
Nice.
say, we could stop for a break.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The Gauntlet Runner comes to a stop at its base.
When we get some, because I feel like we haven't quite gotten to the point where we have like real free time to go out and do stuff. So when we do get that free time, I want to go back to that dungeon that we did in episode 2 and try to beat that boss in there so that we can go back and actually get that support from Brigitte, I think she said her name was. Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? Oh, wait, that's gorgeous.
Wow.
That's...
Certainly.
Told of a great tree located somewhere within the country, whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future, and how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I'm sensing an incredible amount of magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off of magma. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery.
Hey.
Meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it. I'm finished here. Take a look as a keepsake. Take it as a keepsake.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
Hey there.
Want to give it to Maria? I bet she'd oh, that's a nice... Yeah.
Huh?
A magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely. Gallica is the most precious treasure, is a most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which has given me great insight into my own research into flight.
Huh?
You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However,
I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly its current color pretends. Read tour, but Yay, we got some wisdom from this. Nice.
The Gauntlet Runner
That was really
arrives in a
pretty.
quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
It's nighttime. Do we go and do laundry again, or do we do something else? Oh, you know what? We hung out with Stroll before, so why don't we do Hulkenberg this time?
well met.
This power we've awoken to, I have all sorts of questions. But what I really find curious are these forms we've taken on. Each has their unique aspects, but one bit they all have in common is their armor-like appearance. What do you make of it? It's cool, it's bizarre, it's kind of scary.
Certainly.
I see.
I do find the austerity of the designs intriguing, but I was not speaking on how they look, per se. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct the power as one directs a horse by its reins. As it is said, people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of what power lurking within them. It is not that they are It is not then the very condition to awaken our slumbering power. Also, hence why it is so exhausting and why it cannot be maintained for long. The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves.
Alright.
Okay. So she gets hungry when she uses it. It's getting quite late. We've got a ways to go yet. I would very much like to continue chatting with you. Yep. See that octopus right there? I wonder if we have to fight that at some point.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
So here's my question. Oh, cutscene. Or animation.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow, I missed all this green!
Why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
Oh no.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
A cannonade.
A what?
Sanctism will reign!
It's them.
Are they
Remember,
really
from the
fighting
opening
right now?
ceremony. I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
Stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to hold each other's advance. Damn fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look!
Wow.
Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Guido's firepower.
Can we afford to abandon
What's our plan?
Gladel?
If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
Let's give Gladel a hand here.
Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on! You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we have the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for
Well, just
caution if
run.
we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help. Withdraw, Gladel. Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now. That gauntlet man. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral. Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time.
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. They boarded the deck. Oh, he's just gonna... Okay, so it's just a straight-up attack.
You dare interfere in my fight? Know your place. Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names. Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Oleg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren!
Okay,
Put
so
the
we can't
fear
attack
of
Godot.
God into these impious commoners.
Don't forget about the petrification.
I shall vanquish evil. I'll cut you down.
Let's stay calm.
I won't hold back!
Nice.
You
Okay,
just
so he was this size. Let's see how you go against wind. Okay, they resist wind as well.
What could you hope to achieve?
He knows we can't attack him.
Warrior!
He's toying with us.
Hack and slash.
I will fight with pride.
Okay. What if I pass the turn?
I stand ready.
And then we do a synthesis attack with this
team
guy.
up. This can't be.
Oh, he's weak!
Warrior! To his side. I'll cut you down. To him, I return.
What could you hope to achieve?
Brace yourselves!
Okay, so this fight really isn't...
Come forth, royal soul, with healing power.
Healing here.
Thank you.
I owe you.
Let us fight as one.
Coordination is key.
Behold my power.
Resistance is futile!
Wait, he resisted that.
More resilient than I expected.
Yeah,
I
of
would
course.
lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now! Feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh!
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brother!
Get in there!
Oh, he's a hero. Okay.
Sanctism will reign!
What can I do? Badly wounded. Is that all?
Yeah, I can heal him.
Warrior!
Someone heal him!
What a mess. After me!
Okay.
Not the right move. Hack and slash.
It's okay.
He resists that
can do
too?
this.
What about Blizzard?
Their weakness!
Behold!
Very
That's
nice.
Captain.
Just the thing.
Helpful as ever. I shall fight as the noble. Go for it!
Let's go.
Ice!
Impossible! Sanctism will reign!
Only a flesh wound. This is nothing.
Take this!
Not the crit.
Oh, you've done it.
Damn it!
Can anyone heal him?
There!
My thanks.
Witness me,
You
brethren!
first.
I will fight by this power.
I guess I could have
We
just
can do
saved
this.
that if I was just gonna heal anyway.
I'm obliged. Is everyone alright? Let justice prevail!
What about wind magic?
Sanctism will reign! Sanctism will reign!
Yeah, you keep attacking me.
Go for it.
Let's go. Freeze.
Hit their weakness!
With
That's
blade
your
in
opening,
hand!
Captain!
Worthy foe!
Are you prepared? The
I
power
forgot
of
they
wind.
have wind magic too.
Die hard.
So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him!
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of
That's
sanctism.
true. Like, we technically can't win the fight.
Now, are you prepared for the end?
Ah, I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
That was cool. I'll run in with other participants.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint.
Hey! Get down here! What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
I could say, "Are you hurt?" which I'm sure would just piss him off.
I just wanted to help you.
A likely story? Out with it. What's your motive?
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. But consider me chasten and shoot. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here.
however talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
Okay,
Songstress?
Hulkenberg?
Wait, is she the same Nidia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
But that's... Oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore.
Nero, I sweat.
I'd know the suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juno! The kingdom's greatest singer! The dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck? Really? No one else
We
wants
just don't
to
know who
shake
she
her
is, I
hand?
guess.
Well, then on behalf of this group,
Okay, Hulkenberg, I see you. You little fangirl.
You're an interesting little ensemble.
Wait, is that a fairy?
A real living one. Where did you...
Hey, up there!
What is that? Is that Luis?
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
That's the same thing that dropped the human in town, wasn't it? It is Luis.
Luis.
My lord Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladel got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug. And I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance,
Okay.
so choose your words wisely, okay?
We're not going to say to help save the prince, because we're trying to get closer to him, right? So that saying that will put him off. To help you might come off as like, oh, well, I don't need your help, you're a bunch of commoners. Or to say to become king might grab his attention.
Hey,
I want to help you,
Never mind.
Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis.
You do
That's
know
a lie.
what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
All right.
See you, loves.
I don't like
think this
the-
changes anything. Come on, Hector.
I don't like the fact that that songstress is like all over Luis at all.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then. That could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Glodell. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests,
Well, that was
and
cool.
the darkness claims
I
its
didn't expect to
dominion,
run into
the
Luis and
gauntlet
them so
runner
early.
At last arrives at its repose.
I'm gonna stretch my legs for a second. My mom's gonna lay down.
Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers?
Remember, make sure you're, you know, take care of yourselves, drinking water, all that stuff while watching the YouTube videos. I know the YouTube, the videos are quite long at 3 hours, 3-ish, 3 to 4, depending on, you know, the video, what's going on. So make sure you're taking care of yourselves.
Ah! Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the
Okay, so he's
genius
really
engineer.
dramatic too?
Let's say we go check on him.
Yeah, we might need to.
Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a burly apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't
What
ring
is
a bell.
that?
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning.
Is she
After
sitting in
that,
the
it was
air?
like a boiling pot.
She's like flying, but she has her legs
ideas
crossed like she's
rising
sitting.
to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
Well, we're going to Martira right now, aren't we?
This one's important.
Alright. So while we're there, we go and look for that.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
So we'll arrive in Martyria this evening then. Good. Soon we'll be liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. The fairy girl's right, you know. A carriage could never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Yeah, honestly, Stroll, I think... Apologies, I am grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. That, and I pray we can avoid further hindrances like yesterday's.
Isn't that...
Once we arrive in town, we're supposed to meet with Barden, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting. I agree.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martyria, where their client Barden awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors.
We're gonna get 100,000 gold
now
from this.
Is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Or at least that's what it says. We could get some good gear for the squad. Oh, I didn't expect Nero to come with us.
'Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
If we can get this whole castle town to support us, that's a lot.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament?
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's allies suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean.
Oh, no.
Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
Luis is nothing but a tyrant.
Yes. Such atrocities in his name. Unforgivable.
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. It would be a welcome treat.
Okay, yeah, she
You
loves
chaps go
food.
on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
Okay. Does that mean he's gonna add something new to it? Is that a worm?
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martyria's culinary speciality. Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh good. Larval innards.
Of course, she's gonna dig right in.
It's a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine. Exquisite.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great.
What is with that smile? Not you two.
Stroll cannot believe it. The rich flavors are bursting in my mouth. It's surprisingly tasty.
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of a royal candidate. How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but... to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All
6
told,
months?
we're
Is
looking at
crazy.
15 children now unaccounted for.
And do you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heisme. His hideout was in the midst of the Sandworm's territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
So...
Okay, so it's a...
Is Heisme's hideout
a day's
way
ride?
out
2
here?
days ride?
Looks pretty far from Martira. Let's see here.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
Let's work together to save this town.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you.
I wonder if my choice to help...
Now this is the pride of the
I wonder if our choice to help Gladell,
made from the juvenile sandworm's
aka
entrails.
Luis,
You'll find
will
this
come back
taste
to
as sweet
impact us
as
because
any
we also
dessert.
attacked the
Together,
church.
I'm
Those are
sure
the
we
two
can
biggest
find a way
parties,
to the
you know?
stronghold without falling prey to those words. Now, please, dig in.
Then again, there might have been no real choice there. Like, if I would have said, let's wait to see what happens, we probably would have gotten sucked in anyway.
It is succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wild, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honorable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here to con a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
That guy does not have any faith in anyone whatsoever. Good lord.
It's been a while.
Exactly.
Okay, to bed. Let's save first, actually. And then we're all good there. Wait, where are the beds? Talk to the informed man. Okay, the guest room.
Good night.
Any interruptions tonight? Or
Time marches
okay.
on.
No
and
interruptions
the age
tonight.
of a new king draws nearer.
I wonder if we actually get to save the prince.
It's good.
Hold on.
Let's hurry.
We gotta go to the castle?
More people missing. Hello there.
Let's sell all of these goods. A cooking ingredient. Okay, we'll take that. The cooking ingredients I'm taking just because, there's different things that we can cook and stuff, I'm sure.
An
Up here?
elder candidate?
Yep, that'd be me.
What'll I do here?
Alright.
Oh, where do you want to
Oh, look. They're all right there.
I've awaited you.
Alright.
Yes.
Into the castle.
May I present Lady Joanna, Sanctoress and the ruler of this city. These are the ones who have undertaken the request to subjugate Heisme.
I am Joanna, presiding lady of this city. On its behalf, you have my gratitude for traveling all the way from the royal capital.
Lady Joanna refused to use taxes to pay for this, so she sold her own heirlooms and possessions to secure the funds.
It's clear you want only the best for your people, milady. So we'll give you our best in return.
I cannot claim any nobility above yours. Even as other aspirants to the throne quarrel and bicker, you've chosen instead to help the kingdom's people.
Well, we don't deserve that much credit. After all, we're not helping for free.
Even so, please put an end to this tragedy.
We won't let you down.
Thank you. In truth, I thought it foolish to decide a monarch by a simple vote of popularity. But perhaps there is
Yeah,
something
like,
to
isn't
it.
she
Here
part
is
of the
my
church?
offer.
Why didn't the church help?
If you get rid of the culprit, I will appeal to the people of this town to support you.
Oh, huge.
Tis most kind, but can you truly afford that? Surely, as a church sanctoress, His Eminence Forden would expect your support.
Indeed. However, I would rather have a king who truly cares for his subjects.
Yes, Lady Joanna.
Now, I must return to my duties. I shall await our next meeting.
We're counting on you.
Alright, let's do this thing.
'Twas a confident smile indeed, with a great deal of pain behind it.
I know it's but a step in our plan, but truly, I hope we can help these people. She even promised us political support.
She did
Yeah, that's
say
huge.
it. Well, I mean, I can't help but wonder if she'll keep her word on that. It's quite a promise to make when she barely knows us.
Did something seem amiss?
Not in particular. Maybe it's just the gloominess of this place getting to me. So what are we gonna do about Heisme? We'll have to go out in Sandworm territory to find him, right?
The mere fact of his kidnappings suggests he's passing unseen by guards and sandworms alike. The question is, how?
Let's ask around the city a bit first, though I can't say we'll find many willing to talk with the streets this deserted. Maybe we'll have better luck around the taverns and shops.
Sounds good.
We should go.
Oh, any one of them will do.
Welcome.
So, hey.
The giants. Not only that it's dangerous, but I go out hunting, I give them a wide berth. Impressive that you go out there alone. Still, do you know anything who might know something? Follow by the armor shop? Okay. Where's the armor
Alright,
shop? Just a bit further down.
What is it?
Giant sandbird. We Marterans. We love our edible grubs, but we're... Oh. I can't recall any. Oh wait, hang on. I just thought of someone. There was a merchant yesterday at the tavern boasting he'd gotten real close to a sandworm's den.
Nice.
Okay. Let me see if there's anything we can get here for.
Hey.
What'll it be?
Nothing to sell. That would take all of our money. Magic +3?
Yeah.
Oh.
Good.
All stats +2 is crazy. Alright, we're basically out of money now. I'm gonna keep the knuckles.
Now then. Now then. Now then.
Okay. Did I sell my weapon for what I go to mage? Because I hope not.
Now then. Now then. Now then.
All right, we got some of our money back. Well, we got better armor for the group, and now we can continue forward. So we got to go to the tavern, right? Tavern. I couldn't fast travel to the tavern for some reason. I know I've been there, have I not? I was at the inn, not the tavern.
No. Must have got that wrong.
All right, then.
Tavern's over here.
I'm out of ideas. I'm in trouble now.
Gone to
Thank
shite,
you.
this has.
This is the tavern.
Pleasure
no?
to see you.
Is he outside the tavern? Oh, right here.
What do you want to know?
Excuse me.
Gotta pay for information, huh?
Here's the real Skinny.
It's the Ischia in front of the fountain just there. Okay.
I'm out of ideas. More people, listen. I can hardly think on it.
Hey! Oh, good.
Okay. They didn't have any real information. It was just near the
What a
husk.
scrap. I suppose we knew it wouldn't be that simple.
Tis far too early to give up. I spent over a year asking after the prince with no luck. And still I did not falter.
Yes, and it's very admirable. But I think I prefer a change of tack instead.
And
You
who
there?
is this?
Might you answer a question?
Terribly sorry, but I can't help you. I'm just here on my leisure. You're better off finding the information you're looking for elsewhere.
Okay.
Suspicious character, isn't he?
Hey, you lot. You seriously gonna hunt down Heisme?
You're Barden's man.
Yeah, the guy with the attitude.
Not sure I should tell you this, but here I am. There's actually a way to avoid the giant sandworms. You just gotta wait for the sand flash. It's a local event. A kind of storm, and the wind kicks up sand peppered with magic crystals. Not too uncommon a sight round here. Our diviners say we'll have a sand flash in about 5 days. Seems to put most wild beasts to sleep. Might be some magic effect, or might just be waiting out the storm. And that includes the sandworms, eh? They'll nod off, and with proper timing, you'll sneak right past them. Heisme might well be using the same trick himself.
We're much obliged, but if you know all this, why haven't you and the guard gone out?
A guard unit stomping around would wake up the whole den. Didn't much like saying it, but us local lads wouldn't be much use against Heisme anyway. But you think you can handle him? Aye? Wouldn't be here otherwise.
That information is all we needed. Thanks for the help.
Good luck out there. And don't worry, no charge for the advice, eh? Can't have you getting yourself killed now. Cap's reputation's on the line. And, one more thing. You didn't get this info from me.
Oh, he's a tsundere.
Understood. But why? You could have shared this with us at supper yesterday.
What? And got myself volunteered to go out there as your travel guide? Nay danger of that.
I see.
Anyway, I'm counting on you.
He said he didn't get that info
a
from
solid
me.
lead falls into our laps. And we'll not even have to bother with the sandworms. We've apparently got 5 days till the sandflash hits. Let's make sure we can get this done quick. Looks like more than a day's trip on the map.
If it takes us one night to reach the giant sandworms' territory, and we aim to go when the storm has them all asleep, we should leave in 4 days' time.
Let's go inform Nearest.
Righto, straightforward enough. Long as we get in when the worms have all tucked in for a nap, We'll be just dandy. Suppose I'd better crack on with the tune-ups then. Don't want the old girl failing on us when she'll be our only hope of egress, eh? Oh, that? Damned if I know. It was just in the blueprints from the royal family. Works rather like an igniter, but no idea what it does. Just don't go breaking... Oh, easy there. You all right, lad? Thought I saw something glowing. Then you came over all giddy, gave me a start. Still can't believe this thing reacted. Look, we don't want any nasty surprises, so I vote we stay put and rest up for today. Just in case. Don't want you passing out on me, do I? Just consider it a little precaution for the trip.
So I wonder what that is.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king
Alright, so we're
draws
leaving in
nearer.
3 days. We have 3 days of time to do some stuff before we head out. Sounds good to me. Oh, hello, Moore.
Your journey is going well, it seems. One by one, you take your steps forward on this road. A supernatural awakening, a call to adventure, legs to carry you. All of these are coming together. Accordingly, new powers needed for the journey seem to have awakened.
What are you talking about?
By my eyes report, there is one piece of equipment in the Gauntlet Runner that was created in ancient times. Something no longer crafted in this day and age. A divine relic. It contains ancient magic once thought lost. The power of teleportation. With proper use, its great power will turn your Gauntlet Runner swifter than any beast or transport on land. Most interesting. The reasons elude me, but you seem qualified to use this divine relic. I cannot imagine this is mere coincidence. Perhaps you are guided by an unknown hand. Now, try to imagine. Vivid, familiar scenery. Somewhere far from the land where you rest.
So wait.
What's going on here?
What's with all the yelling? Wait, isn't this...
What? The royal capital? How? We were in Martira just last night.
Eurus? Surely you didn't drive us back here?
That wouldn't have taken a night.
Don't you remember how many days the last trip took? You can't dash and roll pop over to the capital in a single night.
What? So this is some magic you saw in a dream?
So this teleportation, it can just whisk us all back to the royal capital in a flash. Even the Gauntlet Runner came along for the ride.
It certainly did. And there might be a reason for that.
Do you know something?
She was custom-made for the prince. When I wasn't there in the concept phase, when they gave me an odd gadget and said, make it work, I bloody well made it work. You saw it yourself, eh, my lad? That part all bound up in its heart. Last night, we caught it glowing. Then I wake up and find a proper hullabaloo. Damnedest thing. It only started glowing when you got close, eh? Maybe you were a trigger of some kind.
Yeah, maybe I am.
But like, what
I cannot
makes
say
me
I've
so
heard
special?
of
Is it my connection to the
teleportation,
prince?
and yet, surely there can be no explanation for this other than magic.
Hold on. If we're back in the capital, that means we've got bigger problems. We're due back in Martira for the bounty. If it takes us days to get back, that's all our planning ruined.
If we magicked ourselves over here, let's ballywell see if we can magic ourselves back, eh?
He makes it sound so easy, but what do you think?
I think
no
we can do
small
it.
feat we ask, I know, but might you at least try?
So what? Do I have to go down there to that little like contraption? Wrong way. This way.
Where to?
Oh, it can only take you to major cities. Okay.
It reacted. The lad really is the key to triggering it.
Oh, hey, are you sure this is safe?
All we can do is trust him.
Wait, this is cool.
It's Martira. They really are back.
I can't believe it. It feels just like when the king's magic caused that spectacle in the capital.
In my eyes, it's the other way around. It's not powerful by virtue of being connected to the king or to the lad. Maybe it's that all magic is supposed to have potential of this magnitude. You've all got some powers that defy understanding too, eh?
Yep.
Gives one the sense that those sanctists preaching about needing igniters are wrong, or lying outright.
I suppose when you say it like that.
Speaking of sanctism, well, not like this. A tool full of this kind of practical, unorthodox magic is against all their teachings. Why would the royals have had it?
Hold a moment. With this teleportation on our side, can we travel anywhere in the world with only a thought? If that's so, we may not even need a gauntlet runner at all.
What? You mean we could just magic snap ourselves to Brylehaven? Just like that?
Go on, try it out.
No reaction.
So we can't go somewhere we've never been before. Anywhere else you've been? How about Montario?
No. Commoners don't usually visit the three great cities.
'Twould seem this power of travel is somewhat conditional. Best that we define its boundaries now.
So, in the end, the only places we can teleport to are the cities we've actually been to.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
That's usually how quick travel or fast travel
Almost
works.
had me out of a job there, lad.
Sounds like we've got to envision the destination in great detail for it to work.
Well, we still needed the Land Runner regardless.
Glance out a window or a passing familiarity, and you have to focus for it too. Seems to take you a moment, which means it won't save us in a fight.
Not as convenient as it sounds, huh?
How so? Now we can return to the royal capital any time we need to restock. 'Tis useful enough as is, and the more places we travel, the more we can return to.
You're right. And now we can drop by to see Maria whenever we like. Put like that, it really is something impressive.
Even if we've no idea where it comes from, it should certainly prove useful.
Our next foe is a bounty, and we have a lot of preparing to do.
Did that take a whole day? No, just the morning. Grow stronger by accepting requests around town. Your base of operations has been changed to Martira. Each time a new operation begins in town, you stay in will become your new base. The depart date is July 2nd. Try to be well prepared for it. If you want to return to a previous location such as Grand Trad, open the world map. It doesn't pass time.
Oh, that's right.
So?
I have a reportable request? Wait, what? Oh, okay.
Right,
World map.
where to?
We want to go to the honey. Yo, that's cool.
Oh! Hey!
You!
love it.
Okay, so we gotta go to her room.
We did it.
Oh, we don't get to see Maria?
Sorry.
Wait, I can't go see. I can't go see her. Well, I guess not.
Oh. Oh. Hey.
Huh. So what should I do?
Where to? Where to?
Let's go.
What were the gods doing?
I thought we would have something to, like, you know, get to go and talk to her, but I guess not.
Oh, yeah?
More people missing.
What say you?
We'd like to check the weather before traveling. Speak to the fortune teller.
Pop by again.
Okay.
More people missing.
Recruiter dispatcher.
Now what am I to do?
Where to?
So I can't just go to any dungeon.
Worth a try, yeah?
Take the plunge for some courage, sure.
Good, good.
Honestly.
All right.
Is this something that I can't do until I work up enough courage to be able to jump? Wow. Okay.
Gone to shite, this has.
Let's
Alright,
see.
then.
Is there anything I could do? I don't really know if I need to go out and get stronger.
Let's go see.
More people missing.
Whoa. Okay?
Our wisdom grows.
Right.
Town itself is wonderful. It's nowhere near the bustling as the capital, but it doesn't feel rural. Rural is such a rural. It's such a hard word to say.
Yeah. All right.
Wisdom. Wisdom is our highest one. We haven't done anything with eloquence yet, so I need to look for some eloquent stuff. We need to be eloquent.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Nonetheless.
Signs continue to appear just expected. Okay.
We got a major...
I hear a voice. Oh. Stroll, my man. What's good?
Oh, it's you.
Ironic how fidgety one gets when told to wait, isn't it? So I'm a bit of a bind. This regards to Lord Hydron, the landowner in Grand Triad my family's old caretaker mentioned the other day. Rumor says he's clever and not in a good way. I'm lost about how to approach him.
Thanks a bunch.
Oh, we're teleporting. Young Lord Stroll, are you not? It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Hydron, but how do you know me? Nary a soul in the kingdom hasn't heard at least the rumors of Halia's tragedy. Perhaps you've come to reflect and pray? No, I came to see you, actually. I understand full well that this request may seem unreasonable, but...
Truth is...
I've come to beg to use some of the vacant domiciles in the capital. As you know, my countrymen who fled Halia reside here, sleeping in the streets. Without roofs over their head, they barely scrape by, and so I implore you, please consider offering your support to these fine people.
No.
Are you implying I should do this in some manner of charity? Am I to be compensated in any way? Odd that you would petition me on their behalf to begin with. It's not as though they are still your responsibility. Besides, is poverty not an individual's onus to bear? It's not really their fault, though. They were attacked and forced to flee their homes. You would still hold them responsible for their lack of means?
Yes.
So fate was cruel to them, and they could not rise above it. Should they not hold themselves to higher standards? I'm afraid I'm under no obligation here. Besides, what of your own circumstances? With your parents and land gone, what have you... You have little else to anchor you. Consider restoring the glory of your house before you worry about the rabble.
What? No.
Don't I know you're a compatriot from somewhere? I must apologize for taking up your precious time today. But before I go, I would have you know that those refugees are my people, and no matter your stance on it, I will do everything in my power to save them.
Worry not.
My good lad, I'm sure I must come across rather harshly, but it's not as though I have no sympathy for you. Abandoned by your parents, shunned by your relations, you were left the harsh truths of the royal capital too young. It's a pity.
Hang on.
Stop.
Wow. I mean, I guess we kind of expected that to happen, no?
I'm sorry.
I wasn't able to persuade Lord Hydron to offer assistance. It was always going to be a tall order, but he tossed it aside, calling it personal responsibility, and that I couldn't abide.
None.
Please don't apologize that you went to such efforts. It's more than we could ask.
Yes.
Besides, you needn't worry about us, young master. Your focus should rest on rebuilding your great house.
Yes.
House Halitus must rise again from the ruin that human wrought, restored to the former glory, or I should hope, to greater heights still. I heard you've been living off generosity of the noble families who respected your lord parents. To be brought so low can't have been easy for you. Your people only wish to see your house flourish once again. With your inheritance, you should...
Wait.
Excuse my interruption, but did you say my inheritance? When the village was destroyed, I don't recall mention of one. So you were unaware of it? I suspected as much, given our conversation the other day. Your father would have kept it separate from the estate. Of this I have no doubt, though I couldn't begin to say how or where.
Taking that into account.
Well, if there were any clues left, I'm sure they would all point to Halia.
Yeah.
Though I doubt anything survived the fire.
Hey, so?
I'll make the journey back to my own home, alright? I'll not burden you with this wild goose chase. We do this together.
Thank you.
It's time to face the ruins of my home head on. Might I ask for your help yet again? I'm not sure I can take another step without you at my side. Of course! The proud noble Stroll, keeper and inheritor of the warrior's virtues.
No.
Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom.
A new power.
Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength fulfill thy destiny. Okay, not round. Rank 3.
I'd like you to come.
The party can now study Swordmaster. Is that different from the warrior? Should I make Stroll the Swordmaster? I know you're out here.
No,
There you
where
are.
was I?
To the academia!
Oh. Do make yourself at home.
Stroll. Okay, so you had to be warrior level rank 20. Okay, so he'll work on it.
I'm counting on you.
Okay.
Oh. You'll come again.
So you have to hit warrior level 20 before you can rank up. That makes sense. If that's like the next stage.
People missing.
Now, is
All right.
there any eloquence around here that I can work on?
What now?
How do I look at... Can I look at this? I don't think I can. This is wisdom.
My.
Really?
This is tolerance. Well, we'll do
Well
this. Tolerance is still a level 1 also.
I see.
You already understand how deeply the state religion, sanctism, is rooted in Martira's history. Yet we Mastari have a faith all on our own, and as such we are scorned in this city. Though that would hardly be different anywhere else.
No.
For our part, we are happy to be left alone to practice our faith, but sanctism does not appear to share this viewpoint. To be the sole faith and overseer of the country, or something. I imagine heretics like this are simply hindrances to that plan. Are you well versed in Sanctus dogma, O ye born with sin in your heart? Through adherence to the faith, you must atone. The word closare is an affirmation asking for forgiveness. In other words, entrust all your worries to God and ask for his forgiveness. Rather, the perfect doctrine for controlling a population, isn't it? Heterodox faiths like ours are inconveniences, not only on a religious level, but on a national one as well. That's why you too ought to exercise caution. If you openly oppose sanctism, who knows what could happen to you? Why, even the tournament itself is perhaps another of their measures to ensure our future oppression.
Now then.
Yup, tolerance, level 2.
Tolerance. Why, that's...
If it pleases.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I think we leave tomorrow, right? We have 1 day left.
Speaking of,
I've been hearing rumors of people disappearing in a forest east of Martira. It's a place called the Imp's Den. I don't believe so. Word is the culprits in this case are a band of forest go-burns? Okay, so we need to go to the recruitment center to check it out.
All right.
That's up here, right?
Take a look.
What?
Good hunting to you.
This is the one that we're already doing. I need to slay the man-eater Magella in the Tradio Desert south of Grand Trad. The informant came from the Honeybee Inn.
Don't go get yourself killed.
Yeah. Hey.
Good hunting to you.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Alright.
Alright.
So how do I get there? Although I don't really want to do that right now. Right now I just want to get to the main story.
What do you think?
Well then.
Because we're running out of time for this episode.
All right.
I don't really want to waste any time either. What is this right here?
This says.
Young man, hey!
Then...
Pleased to hear that. Oh? Let me perform.
That doesn't pass time. Oh, interesting.
What do you want to do?
I'm out of ideas. Now what am I to do?
What is this?
Oh.
Imagination?
What do you want to do?
Sure.
Long, long ago.
Inside the box were 8 delicious loving loaves of bread. 8 people gathered around it, each belonging to a different tribe. The Rosante, Ro, Clamar, Egif, Mustari, Nydia, Periplus, and Ishkia.
After that.
A Yugith lad jumped up and down in excitement and said, "We can share them. That way we all get one, or we get to have one." But the Rosante man shook his head. "Why would a Yugith like you need a whole loaf? I need a larger portion," he said. Then the old rogue woman spoke, saying, "You must respect your elders." The Clamar scoffed at this. "The bread clearly calls us a quarrel, so I'll be in charge of it," said the Clamar woman. The other seven, of course, were not too happy about this plan.
After that.
The Yugith Floyd muttered quietly, "We really ought to share it between all of us," but no one had the mind to listen. A Mustari man leaned in close to the boy and told him, "You're right, you know, but the wise move here is to just give up." The Mustari man left along with the Yugith boy, and then there remained 6 tribes for 8 loaves. "We clearly can't share it equally," said the Clamar said. Then the Ishkia finally spoke up. "Split the remaining 2 loaves into 3s, they offered. That way it can be equally split among the 6 of us." The Nydia woman quickly agreed. Anyway, she walked Away she walked, saying she would grab a knife and return soon. The Parapus man laughed and said, "Finally, I get to have bread." But the remaining three made sour faces indeed.
Oh dear.
Oh, would you look at the time? We'll have to continue this another time.
All right.
Okay. This story is telling the...
Well then.
Like, the prejudice between the races in this game.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
All right.
Is it finally time?
So?
All right.
Can I just go to the
Let's
runner?
head there right away.
To start traveling, visit the round table.
Aha! I've been waiting.
Let's move. Let's see.
Let us
What
hurry.
is this? A rival gauntlet runner.
This you would pursue peril.
Aha!
Oh, that's a cool animation.
Trusting the advice of Morris, Barden's right-hand man, the party takes the gauntlet runner towards the giant sandworm's nest. They could not know what they will encounter here, nor that it might be only the beginning of their trials.
So those other things that we're seeing on the map are enemy or other candidates' gauntlet runners. So we have time to spare here.
Hey. So. Got it.
One must take special care of its tip. The tip's more effective when facing off against armored opponents, to pierce gaps in the armor rather than slashing at
That
them.
being the case.
That said, what's most important is the quality of the sword for that manner of attack. The most important quality of the sword for that manner of attack? I mean, if we're jabbing, it would probably be the sharpness of the point, no?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. For gaps in armor, the thinner and sharper, the better.
All right.
Almost level 2 on courage. For nobles, a sword is ornamental. Still, my father emphasized the importance of its practical use. Indeed, as a child, I was lost around the sword. Learning those lessons back then is how I fight alongside you today. I'm constantly reminded of how indebted I am to my parents. His parents sound like good people. We got a lot of Magla.
Come look at this.
The gauntlet runner comes to a stop at the midnight sun sands. The grandeur of it stirs something in each of them. Could a creature this large have truly existed? Or is it an oddity shaped by the sands? Another truth lost to time.
Do we get to see it? Whoa. Wait, this area is beautiful.
Oh.
Indeed.
Look.
Cast your gaze downward at its feet in the sand beneath. That white, transparent sand, it's likely glass. The glass you've seen in the shop fronts of Grand Trad or within the Grand Cathedral is made with magic. It's a laborious and rather expensive process.
What?
So you're saying that this glass is here naturally somehow?
No.
Not quite. For how could that be? For that to happen, this whole area would have been hit with a particularly eyebrow-scorching burst of intense heat. Words. Words are very difficult. How intriguing. Perhaps an event of great importance once occurred here, the details of which we are not privy to.
Right then.
Still, though.
Yeah.
Yay, some wisdom. Let's go.
Hail!
Let's go.
Huh?
The way he runs is so ridiculous. I got another drawing.
Well, I say.
Gauntlet runner incoming. She's stylish one, I must say.
Hey!
Ahoy crew, I hereby challenge you.
Hurry it up!
Hurry on out before I can to punch a hole in this heap.
Alright.
What?
Okay. Another. Oh my god.
So it was your run. I thought I'd seen that craft before.
Katharina! Why are you in a gauntlet runner?
'Cause I'm in the running for the throne, of course. Isn't that why you're out here? I'm sorry, but the throne will be mine. I can't afford to lose. Not when true change is at stake. Here and now, nobody gets off easy. Not even you. Now let's do this, fair and square. Have it!
I don't think she's thought this through. But I guess we'd better put our dukes up. I
Our
know we've
dukes
got
up?
some history.
Warrior!
We can't afford to let her beat us.
Let's go. Ice!
That's nothing!
Okay, they resist ice. How about Matt or wind?
Come on then! Come on then!
Is she a brawler?
Suppose this is it.
Someone get him back on his feet!
Oh my gosh. I don't have any more bomb of lives.
Is
Live to
everyone
see
all
another
right?
day.
Knight! I stand waiting. Is that all? No,
badly
not yet.
Not the crit.
Come on then! Hulkenberg's down! Get her back up!
Okay, you've got to be kidding me.
Hulkenberg's down!
Hang on. Reach. Whoa, whoa,
We've
whoa.
got some history, but we can't
Moving to the
afford
rear.
let her beat us.
No holding back. The power of wind.
Let's do this fair and square.
She's strong.
Sworn oath of knight for all that we strive for.
To the fore. Let's make an end of it.
Strike true.
That's nothing!
Okay. That's not quite
Vitus power.
what I was hoping.
We can do this.
We're just gonna heal up here.
I'm obliged.
I owe you.
Come on then! Come on then!
Both badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
I'm sorry.
Captain's down? Someone help him back up!
Gotta be kidding me.
Let justice prevail. Strike me if you dare.
Hey!
Withdrawing.
Hey! Wake up!
Let's try this.
We're still in a fight here!
Still fight.
Is that all?
Hulkenberg's badly
not
wounded.
yet.
Okay.
Someone heal her! Throw her back!
Let's go.
Can anyone
With
get our
healing
healing
power.
beacons?
Thank you.
Helpful as ever.
Last chance to give up.
Join with me.
I'm counting on you.
Behold my power.
Man, why is she hit so hard? Of course.
Only a
Still let's get him some healing! Captain's down!
You've got to be kidding.
Help him back up! I know we've got some history, but we can't afford to let her beat us.
I'll
cut you down!
You gotta aim better than that.
Power of
You
healing.
gotta be joking.
Come forth, royal soul! Light!
Come on, then.
It's the same thing with the goblins from before, where they had this attack that hits everyone, that I'm just weak to it.
Let justice prevail.
Are you prepared? Hack and slash.
Please hit her.
That's nothing.
Healer! With healing powers.
Thank you.
I owe you.
Come on, then.
Only a flesh wound. What?
No going easy
Your
on me.
Highness.
Someone
Your
heal her.
Highness.
Hulkenberg's down. Get her back up. Hulkenberg's down.
You've gotta be kidding.
I call upon royal power within.
It's okay. Let's try this.
My spirit is unbroken.
I mean, the chances that I go down is pretty high, yeah.
Back up.
This is nothing.
Hey. Hey.
I don't think I have another one. I don't.
Still in a fight here.
I must reconsider. Oh, power of heroes!
Stroll can't take any more.
I'm just gonna retry.
I know we've got some history, but we can't afford to let her beat
What
us.
are you weak to?
I shall vanquish evil. Hack and slash.
That's nothing.
It's okay. Let's go. Light!
I've sworn oath I shall be as a shield.
No. Why do I hit E so often when I want to use her abilities, but not with them?
Captain down. Someone help him back up. Hey.
That's my mistake.
I know we've got
Bro,
some
she
history,
is
but we
tough.
can't afford to let her beat us. Let's do
Fight
this
us power.
fair and square.
You'd think she'd be a
Observe
friend.
the enemy. Let justice prevail.
Come on, then.
Nothing. Only a flesh wound.
No holding back. I'll cut you down.
That's nothing.
Let's go. With healing powers.
Trust me.
I guess Stroll is going to be the one that just does most of the damage here, because I have to have her draw in most of the attacks.
Is that all?
I shall vanquish evil.
Ready to lose?
We're not out of this yet.
Thank you.
I owe you.
Let's do this
justice
fair and
prevail.
It's kind of a boring way to fight, but she's beating us up pretty bad.
Only a flesh wound. This is nothing.
Are you prepared? Hack and slash.
Right on target. Ready
Oh,
to lose?
huge crit.
With healing powers.
Trust me.
Helpful as ever.
For all that we strive for.
Warrior!
Huge crit.
They die hard.
Alright, we got her pretty low.
Is that all? I can't lose. The Parapus are counting on me.
Only a flesh wound. Is that all?
Can we take her out here?
We can do this.
I'm obliged.
I owe you.
Oh, power of heroes!
I call upon royal power within.
Nothing.
Not done yet.
Alright, she's low. I think we just win here.
Come forth, royal soul.
Yep. Very nice.
You having a laugh? Even in a hand-to-hand fight, I can't win. I can't take this. This frustration.
Damascus Cestus? Oh, is that like another weapon?
Okay. Not bad at all.
Level 20 on the magic.
I continue to grow.
Oh, popularity went up. Huge?
Damn it all!
Okay.
I've lost!
Unbelievable. Well, it turns out you're a real force to be reckoned with, Delark. You too.
Right.
She was rough. Of course I am. You even realize how much I train? But I'll say something about that power of yours. I've never seen anything quite like it. I don't know whether to be shocked or awed. And yet, here we both stand, together again. To tell it true, I was surprised when I saw you at the opening ceremony. I never knew you had a kingly ambition.
Got it.
Certainly I do. I have a dream, you see.
If you want my opinion.
My aim is simple. I want to help the Parapus. We're a poor lot, generally speaking. Not a lot of options for work, if there's any to be had at all. A lot of us wonder if we'll even be able to afford our next meal. Not something we've got common with other tribes. I watch my tribe struggle in the endless cycle of misery, and we can't even break into our own.
What we have here is...
But now that anyone can wear the next crown, I'll put my life on the line and wait, whoa. I'll put my life on the line to make it my head that does. And once I do, I'm gonna put a bounty on every rich and greedy bastard in this country's ever known. Plan's not half bad, no? We knock them off their mounds of money and use that to raise up the poor.
Oh, certainly.
Everyone would be working together to bring in those bounties, and the ones that do get riches and glory besides.
About that.
But, come on. The truth is...
There's this Clamar who's been sort of the brains of the operation, real Brady type, and he's nice enough. He's the one who suggested I take the throne, said it would benefit my tribe, so I should take a crack at it. He's the one who pushed me into the race. He doesn't want people making fools of the Parapus, and he shed a real tear for us. I suppose that's every Clamar's rotten to the core. I suppose not every Clamar.
I suppose.
I'm not yielding either. The future of the Parapus is at stake. I started with nothing but the clothes on my back, and I'm only where I am today by the strength I've earned and the blood on my fist. Now I'm ready to take on the world. Alright, just a run-in with Katarina.
Never felt so alive. See you soon, I hope.
I'll be seeing you.
And then...
Don't you take beating me, don't you take a beating before then, because I plan to be the one who delivers on that promise myself. That's kind of a strange ally to have, in my opinion.
The Gauntlet Runner takes repose at an encampment as the sun sets along the sandy horizon, darkness settling in. What creeps through the sands outside in the night is unknown to the party as they take their well-deserved rest.
The Sands Camp.
Getting real chilly.
Alright, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming in today to episode 4. Sadly, I do have to end it here because we are over our time. But I will be back very soon, and I cannot wait to share more of this game with you guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time for episode 5. Bye, everybody!